Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, I've been cooking, so I feel very hot and bothered. Probably the worst day. Hang on, got a sore lip. Probably the worst day possible that I could have made a shepherd's pie for Gary. It's been one of those days that it's been sunny and hot one minute, and I mean hot, and then the next minute we've got things like hailstones. Yeah, doesn't make any sense, does it really? It's crazy. But I've just noticed that when I first got this equipment, um, and I was installing the microphone and everything else, I had nothing to show me that the microphone was working. And the other day I was doing all these other updates to sort of try and sort things out with a completely unrelated issue, and now I've got the little thing that darts up and down that tells you the microphone's working. So one thing fixes, another thing doesn't. So technology, don't you just hate it at times when it does make you feel rather stupid? And it's not, it's because technology is dumb. After all, it's programmed by humans. And if they don't make it user friendly, it's on them rather than you. So that's that. So I've got another yarn. I've got like every day I'm showing you one of the yarns that are in my stash on my walls and what I possess and that I should use, and seeing what you think I should make with it. So yesterday it was this one, and I had a little glance earlier at the comments. There weren't many at the time, so no one's come up with a suggestion that I've seen yet for this yarn, but I will keep looking. I haven't had much chance to look at the comments all day. I had to pop out. Firstly, I had to pack some orders up and print out all the labels because some of them were eBay, and I didn't want to get confusing at the post office because you can show the QR code and she can print out all of the labels, but it would be this QR code for that one, this QR code for that, this one for the eBay, this other one for the other one. So yeah, I decided just print them out, stick them on, and or sellotape them on, and it would all be done and there wouldn't be any confusion. So I got caught in the rain, of course, while I went out, and I had to pop and get some mushrooms and bits and pieces to make this food. Um, and then so we had hailstones, and then it was sunny, and then I got caught in rain, and then I come back, and it was really blazing sunshine, and it was so hot in the house and everything. So I had the heating on this morning, it was cold, and then I had to put the aircon on because it was hot. I fed the cat, and she was outside in basking in the sunshine, fed her, come in, it poured with rain. So she probably got waterlogged food, but uh, so yeah, I've been busy and emptying litter trays. But I just did it, and she used it so much, number twos, that I had to do it again, Goodness, and I haven't had any her use the litter tray for so long. I thought, well, where were you going? Because can you just do it again? Because call me old fashioned. I'd rather not have to. But yesterday I watched a documentary about one of the most notorious murder cases that we have in this country. I'm going to have to go and put the aircon on. I'll come Sorry straight about that. It was a case about so hot. Jeremy Bamber, and I think they called it the Bambi murders. But the Bambers were quite a well-off farming family, and they had adopted two kids. There was a girl who, when she was younger, was a model, but she had lots of emotional, mental health issues as she got older. And then she had a brother, but they weren't biologically related, but they were adopted, Jeremy. And he was, by all accounts, quite like a bit of a playboy, really, and a bit arrogant and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, there was this one night he made a 999 call saying, you have to come to my parents' farm, because he didn't live there. And his sister didn't live there. She had 2 twin boys, and she had gone there with the twin boys. They were staying for the weekend or something. My sister's gone berserk with a gun. So the police turned up, and they didn't go in straight away. There was lights on, but they couldn't get any response. Then Jeremy turned up in his car, and they were outside for quite some time. Eventually, the police decided to make entry, and they found that that she was laying there. She had this shotgun laying on her, and everybody was dead. They'd all been shot quite a lot, badly. Well, they can't be shot well, but you know what I mean. And so then they found a silencer. I think it was one of the family, not at the time, not at the search. It was bungled, really. But one of the relatives found a silencer shoved in a cupboard, and apparently it was meant to have had inside it some of his sister's blood. So then they said, well, she couldn't shoot herself with a silencer on because there was only just enough space for her to shoot herself with the gun. So he got tried for it, got convicted of murder, and for 40 years he's been inside. But they've come up with new evidence that more or less proves he didn't do it. And they keep trying to get an appeal court to hear the trial. Partly, I think they are terrified of the miscarriage of justice, but they haven't done it yet. All their statement said was Jeremy was convicted and has been spending a whole life sentence for the murder of these 5 people. But I was watching that last night, so that was my evening watch. I thought, because I'd watched the whole mini series of the Bamber case when it came out, and I thought, new evidence. So when you watch it, you're kind of thinking, yeah, it is quite, there was no preservation of the scene properly. Things were picked up that shouldn't have been picked up and put down again. And it wasn't even the police that found the silencer. It was days later. They had about 2 silencers in their possession. They said they only had 1. There was all this kind of stuff that was like all these anomalies that are not right. So it's quite interesting. So I watched that before bed. Yeah, it was very good. So if you get the chance to see it, might have been on Channel 5, I think. 4 or 5, one of those 2. They'll be on catch up if you're in the UK. So the yarn then that I have to show you, I got this as Happy Mail a very long time ago. And shame on me, I can't remember who sent it to me now. It's that long ago. Wonder who it was. If it was you, shout. Because at the time, I really, 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 really wanted some Red Heart Unforgettable. Because I kept seeing it with people on YouTube, my fellow Yarniacs over there across the pond. Everyone had it, and everyone was showing it, and they were always glorious, glorious colours. I mean, now we have Boho Spirit, which is the same. It's identical. But back then we didn't, and we didn't have any yarn like it. And I did covet this yarn. So I did get about 3 times I got it as Happy Mail or yarn swap. This might have been a yarn swap. No, I think it was Happy Mail. Anyway, this one is Red Heart Unforgettable Waves Boutique. And it's all colours. So there's I don't know if that's on the other side of the yarn band, but it's got all these colours in it. It's like pinks and blues and greys and, kind of like winter whites, if you like. But yeah, these are the colours. And it is, let's have a look. Let's get a look at it. So 4 balls makes that cowl. So I don't know if that's knitted or crocheted. It doesn't say. I could do both. Yeah. Anyway, this is a 4-way Aran. So machine wash cold, gentle cycle, tumble dry low. It's 100% acrylic. And do we have a name? Yes, it's called Prairie. Or I guess in Mexican or Spanish it's Prado. So yeah, Prairie. It's purdy. It's got some turquoises in there. So there was 3 in a pack. Right. And I possibly shouldn't have opened that one because the other pack is already opened. So I could have kept that one completely sealed. But I didn't, did I? No. So I've got 6 of these. They're all the same. It's very, very nice. It's got lovely colours. It's like almost cobalt, that blue there, and the turquoise. Very, very nice. So what can I do with this? I've got 6 balls of this. So if you guys across the pond are familiar with Heart Unforgettable Waves boutique, perhaps you can let me know all the stuff about it. So you can see it's roving yarn, like the one yesterday. Very thin in places, but very fat in others. But yeah, interesting. Interesting, huh? What can I make? And it's got a bit of hair hanging off. Look, it's very hairy. It is a very hairy yarn. This is what gets up my nose, guys. That is the problemo. As you can see, it has got a bit of fluffs. It's got a nap to it. Can you see it? Oh, I think it was better off. There, you can see the fluffs. The fluffs. So yeah, it does have this fluffy area. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? A nap, I guess you could say. But I have 6, all in the same colour. And I guess it takes 4 to make that particular cowl or infinity scarf. Let's call that. It is definitely an infinity scarf in my book, that one. So now I've got 2 open when I really ought not to have had 2 open. Never mind. Silly me. I could have put it both there, couldn't I, really? So that is my stash yarn for today. What should you do with it? What could I do with that? So I didn't have tea with me today, but I have this. And I have that fluff again. More fluff. That is cream soda flavour. Oh, that's good. Very thirsty today. So let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I think I was a bit premature, wasn't I, with my ripping offs. So today is Tuesday. This is the gorgeous Grogu Tuesday. So we got a quote for Wednesday. You're very special, kid. You're very special, kid. That says Mandalorian. Obviously talking about Grogu, and he is squishy and cute. I'm having a good old time today. If I've knocked anything over, and if I've knocked one thing over, I've knocked a million. All I've done is knock stuff about, knock things over. I've been very slapdash. Right. The oldest computer was owned by Adam and Eve. It was an Apple with very limited memory. Just one bite and everything crashed. Yeah. Yes. Very small joke. I was tempted to do 2, but we'll run out. We will. We'll kind of won't have any. So yeah, been a bit of full-on day, really. Bit full-on. I made a tutorial. It is, I'm going to call it the Marmite Stitch. It does have another name, but the reason I'm calling it the Marmite Stitch is because you either love it or you hate it. There's not really much in between. Love it or hate it. So I've never done one like it, so I thought I'd give it a bash. So I've done that one. I filmed a couple of little tips. I have these shorts that do really, really well, so I put them in a slightly longer video and amalgamated them. Not the shorts, I've made them again. I did something else. Oh, an Open With Me. Yeah, book turned up today. Magazine, should I say, turned up. So, yeah, that I have. Inside Crochet, I believe it was. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get off and upload this today. Today, I'm going to be watching David Grush on the steps of the Capitol building, delivering his whatever that's going to be. Can't wait. Let you know tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, just what do you think? What would it be good for, do you think, that yarn? If you know all about it, let me know. Bye for now, guys.